Warriors. On today's episode of What's in the Box, we are cracking open the Octarius set for the new edition of Kill Team. Up in the cards, I'm going to put a link to a video, one of the first videos I actually made for this channel, which was explaining the top 5 beginner-friendly war games that a new person coming into the hobby could experience. And Kill Team was low on the list because for the previous edition we were at the end of its life cycle, but unfortunately Games Workshop didn't actually let us know that. So it almost seemed as if they were no longer going to support the product. But as we see, that is no longer the case. They have come out with a brand new edition. They've completely reworked the way the game works. And now we're going to dig into this box and see what the starter set contains. So let's go ahead and open this. Oh, before I do, as always, show you guys the back of the box. So in here you're going to get an Orc Commandos Kill Team, a Death Corps of Krieg Kill Team, an entire table's worth of scenery, which is really awesome, as well as the game board for you to go ahead and play the game, and then all of your necessary accessories and dice. So you're getting a complete experience in the box, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and get this open. Alright, got that shrink wrap off. Let's go ahead and open this. Alright, so tons of sprues. We've got some scenery. Looks like we've got templates as well as some small barricades. More scenery, and I'm actually liking that this scenery doesn't appear to be really complex. You have lots of, junk piles that are just one piece on here. Your barricades and walls all look to be one piece, possibly 2 pieces in some cases. Then it looks like you're going to get 2 of this scenery sprue. So it looks like we might have some mirrored items. And this is the Orc Commando sprue. Or one of them, I should say. And we've got tons of different bits on here. There's the rocket launcher. There's a nice big hefty chopper. Got a flamethrower on here. A bunch of slugger pistols. That all looks pretty cool. And it looks like this is a Death Corps accessory sprue. So it looks like we've got some shouldered las guns, we've got some extra spare las guns, a couple of shovels, and this looks like it's the main sprue for the Orc Commandos. All your bodies, heads, a lot of weapons. And here's your main sprue for your Death Corps. couple more scenery sprues that they snuck in. And these scenery sprues are like hefty. These are definitely sturdy and durable. They have some really good weight to them. They're not really going to jostle around on the tabletop or anything like that. There's the other side of those. I had this protector to keep the books and the cards safe. It got a little mangled. I do like saving those, but that one looks like it's beyond help. So we've got a package with the core book and the Octarius book, and it looks like the assembly guide is in the back. And it looks like there's a token sheet. Let's go ahead and cut this open. Alright, so here's the core book, and it appears to be full color. Looks like you got all your missions in there, all your rules. They've got the 3 ways to play, so narrative, match play, had roster sheets in there, open play. Some examples of some painted terrain, some models. Looks like they've got really nice diagrams explaining the rules. So whenever I do a Let's Play video, we'll dig into this rulebook in depth. Then we've got this Octarius book, which looks like it's a campaign set to use everything in this box set. I'm assuming to kind of help you learn the rules in small bites. But that's pretty cool. When I do a Let's Play, I actually might play through these missions and use that for the format of the video. So we'll take a look at that later. And we've got our tokens, standard board game style, cardboard punch-out tokens. No idea what all of these mean yet. I'm assuming these are objective markers and wound markers, different status effects for the game. And then lastly, we've got our assembly guide. So with this, standard for GW now. Games Workshop does some really nice assembly guides. So everything's color-coded, very detailed, very specific instructions, kind of hard to go wrong. And let's see what else we've got in here. We've got our cards. Let's go ahead and cut these open. Now these come in, it's a sort of almost a deck box, but not quite. Which is kind of sad. They could have turned that into a deck box and that would have been a really nice storage option. But as is, you're probably going to want a more secure way to store your cards so that they don't fall out of the top. But these all look like tactic cards on this side. Maybe some mission objectives. And then let's see what's in the other pack. set. So I actually think this is an exact copy of that previous deck. So that was actually very thoughtful. They gave you a deck for each player since it's a 2-player starter set. So that's actually really, really nice. Very, very helpful. As I am playing by myself, I don't necessarily need 2 of those, but it's very nice that, they put that in there. You get some orange 6-sided dice. Then all of your miniature bases. It looks like the commandos are going to be on 32 mil bases, and then the death core are going to be on 25 mil bases. Then we've got this game board. Let me go ahead and get this out of the plastic. Now the nice thing with these game boards, while I'm getting this open, is they're usually double-sided. I don't know if that's the case here, but usually they will make these double-sided. Let's see how we open this. So, it's a little bit bigger than my camera shot was set up for, but this is the front side, and then this is the opposite side. So now, while it's still a Badlands kind of theme, there is some different terrain. And actually, the really cool thing about this is it looks like this was a very high-res photo of an actual game board. So you can tell if you look really closely that these are actually miniatures kits that were like buried under basing material, and then they took a really high-res photo. So this game board actually looks really, really great. And with the scenery sets that Games Workshop makes, so for Kill Team, you only need 1 of these. But for Warhammer 40k, if you're going to play a small game, you'll want 2. And if you're going to play a normal size game, you'll want 4 of these. And their scenery kits, depending on which ones you're getting, typically for Kill Team, are fairly reasonable. They'll come with one of these boards, and then a lot of times you can actually buy these boards separately. So as you're building up your terrain collection, you'll eventually get 4 of these boards, and you'll be able to play a full game of Warhammer 40k in case you don't have like one of these gaming mats, or have made your own terrain board. Then the last thing that we've got in the box, we've got some decal sheets for each of the armies. So here's the orc one, and it looks like we've got all of the clan cultures have some decals. Then here's the Death Core one, which it might be a little hard to see because most of these decals are white, and I am sitting under some very bright white lights. But you've got numbers, you've got like rank insignia, you've got unit insignia, you've got some minefield danger, markers, some kill markings, some unit markings. So lots of really good transfers on those. But that is pretty much everything that was in the box. The very last thing I wanted to show you guys was around the rim, they've got examples of the miniatures that you can build and the different loadouts that are available. So there's most of the loadouts available for the Death Corps, and then here go most of the loadouts available for the Orcs. Alright, so that's it for this one, guys. I am knee-deep in Infinity Defiance, as well as finishing up my AOS Orcs. So it's probably going to be a couple of weeks before I do a build and paint for these Death Corps and Orc models, but I'm definitely excited to get some Kill Team content out for everyone on the channel. We'll probably build both of the Kill Teams, do a couple of painting videos, do an in-depth look at the rules, and then we'll start filming some Let's Play footage. So you can look forward to that probably toward the end of September. I have Defiance in the queue before then. I definitely want to film at least maybe the first 3 missions after Labor Day. So stay tuned. If you're not already following us, go ahead and hit subscribe. Click that like button if you like the content. Share it with a friend. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at JTS Wargaming. That's where I post all of my work in progress pics throughout the week, since right now we're really only releasing 1, maybe 2 videos a week. Follow me on Instagram so you can see all the hobby progress, and also share your hobby progress. I want to see what you guys out in the community are doing and what projects you're working on. So until next time, Hobby Warriors, I want you all to keep slaying the gray, and I will see you next week in the next video.